I'm searching. I'm looking, I'm searching. I'm looking for someone to give about me. I'm looking.
Peace, everybody. I'm live. Sista Afrika live in Chicago. You all have seen them. You've heard all about them. Now it's time to really get to know them. Listen, without further ado, please state your name, exactly what you do, and where you're from.
Absolutely. I am India Davis. I am the marketing lead for the multicultural marketing team at Ally Financial. And what I do is all about bridging the gap between culture and finance, reaching our community where they are and showing up authentically.
Thank you.
How you doing? I'm Troy Millings, a co-founder of Earn Your Leisure, a media platform that has been designated with the task to democratize finance for all our community and the culture.
Thank you.
I'm Rashad, other half of Earn Your Leisure.
Listen, I want to get right to it. I have students that I work with often in Chicago. Chicago's a beautiful city, but we have complexities like most major cities. They're very interested in finding out, how did you all even come together? Because they work in groups, and so for them to see you all coming from different places and you have come together and created this movement, I like to say. Can you please share how this happened?
Sure. Yeah, so shout out to all the students. I was a former teacher, and for 14 years I was teaching in the inner city in New York, and kind of felt kind of complicit about what was being taught, realized there was a gap of information that wasn't being taught. I had a summer program where I wanted to treat 6 weeks of school, like the 10 months that they missed during the year, and I had a best friend, Rashad, my partner, who was starting his career in financial advising. These kids want to get money at the end of the program we created, and I was like, all right, if they're going to get money, we should teach them about it. And so financial education was the byproduct of that. You got somebody who was working in finance, somebody who's a teacher. It was kind of destined to be, I feel like. Yeah. So that's how it came to be, and now it's, like I said, it's a platform that, the community uses to their benefit.
Amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. So at Ally Financial, everything that we do is about making sure that we're connecting with culture authentically. And so we found out what Troy and Rashad were doing and really kind of bridge this gap between EYL as well as United Masters. And they're at the cornerstone of, or the intersection of culture and finance and music and artistry. And so again, we always want to show up authentically in those communities to continue to build economic mobility. And so it was a perfect match for a partnership, and so we always really love showing up and having that partnership with them.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Would you like to add to that?
I think he kind of covered it for us.
Okay. Listen, a lot of times when I'm traveling, people are always concerned. You from Chicago? You okay? What's going on in Chicago? I'm like, I'm fine. I love my city. But, when you look at the news, sometimes the media will show a different Chicago. There's a connection with Chicago and violence. I want you to talk about the understanding of you all coming together and putting this together so masterfully, and even calling it the master program. The need for jobs and employment, entrepreneurship, business, a mindset, if you will, to be better, to do better, and this whole survival mode. A lot of times people in Chicago will say, well, inner city children don't have, or they're dealing with what they're dealing with because of the condition. Please speak to that from a financial standpoint.
You want to start?
Yeah, for sure. I think, we met with a lot of politicians this year, and I feel like the biggest way to kind of help gun violence in America is through entrepreneurship, through investing, through, economic mobility. And that's anywhere. Like, when people are in desperate straits, when they don't have money, then that leads to violence. So Earn Your Masters is a play on Earn Your Leisure and United Masters, but, United Masters is a music company, so when you own your masters, then you own your catalog, right? So even looking a little deeper than that, like Earn Your Masters is pretty much like saying, like, be your own boss, right? Control your own destiny. Like, don't have somebody else tell you what to do. Like, you can control yourself. So I think it's important to kind of empower young people and everybody with that economic empowerment message. I feel like economic empowerment is the major key out of the condition that, find ourselves in Chicago, anywhere in the world, where it could be Detroit, Gary, Indiana, the Bronx, whatever, similar situations, unfortunately. And like I said, it all leads to one common denominator, which is, they don't have money. So I feel like, economic empowerment is something that goes beyond just finances. It keeps families together, keeps people out of jail, helps mental health. You look at obesity rates, all kinds of different things are linked to low-income neighborhoods. So this is something that we're doing as far as teaching people about finance, and hopefully that can lead to a domino effect. And definitely when it comes to troubled neighborhoods, I think that that's something that can definitely help the situation.
Thank you. Would you all like to add to that?
Yeah, I'll add a few things to that. I think when you think about building trust in the community, typically financial organizations or institutions aren't typically trusted by the community. So when I talk about showing up authentically, that's important because we want to provide financial education. And so showing up in places, such as where we are now, and providing those resources and having an open forum and letting know creators that they can come share their ideas or ask questions. And so you have two amazing gentlemen here who provide so much education in addition to Ally providing resources as well. It's a win-win.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Did you want to add to that?
Sure, I guess so. Yeah, I mean, it talks to the power of vision. Right, like obviously, Ally has been a great partner to us, but they saw the vision early on, and we've gone to city, and not only are we coming, but we're getting to see some of the brightest minds in the city. And so when we have today, like a pitch competition, we're hearing businesses and we're hearing innovation, but we're hearing scalable businesses, which is important to the economic prowess of our communities. And so I'm glad you said that survival mode, right? Because that's something that we want to show. Obviously, us being here, and there's a lot of people here who are going to step on the stage, but having that thrival mode is the next stage. And so events like this help, and hopefully, we'll see with the byproducts that come after this.
Thank you. In closing, are you all familiar with the Akan word Sankofa?
Say it again?
Are you all familiar with the Akan word Sankofa?
No, I'm not.
Sankofa is a word that they use in West Ghana. It means to understand where you've been, so you know where to go. The symbol is a bird, and you may have seen it. It's pretty popular. The bird is looking this way, but the body is forward. My question is, when was that Sankofa moment for you all, where you were somewhere at some time, and the light went off, almost like, this is what I need to be doing, and this is how I need to be doing it right now, and this is the demographic of people that I need to be doing it for? Sankofa.
That's real easy. There's a couple of moments, but one that sticks out for sure. My partners, Rashad and Mike, are entrepreneurs. I was teaching and doing the 8:30 to 3:30 every day, but our buzz for Earn Your Leisure had just started in the first couple of months. The impact had hit right away. People were gravitating toward the information. And I remember reading messages from people in Kuwait, people in Ghana, people in Saudi Arabia. They were listening to the information saying that this episode changed their life. And as I'm teaching kindergarten kids, I realized in life sometimes you have to go where you have the greatest impact. And so I was looking at it like I can impact these kids and maybe the school in this avenue, but on this avenue, I can impact the world. And so it was like one of those moments for sure that always sticks with me.
Thank you. What about you? You ready?
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if it was one particular moment, but just, when I was a financial advisor, that's what I did before this. And just working with people and just seeing how little people knew about finances, even if they was well educated. So that was kind of like the reason why I wanted to kind of spread the message on social media more. I felt like you could reach more people than just one-on-one sit down. So, being on the inside of a financial institution and working with people, I realized that you only really realize that when you actually have conversations. Most people don't have in-depth financial conversations with their friends or their neighbors, so they don't really know, and they don't know themselves. So it's kind of hard to get a perspective of things. But being on the inside, I saw it firsthand, and I realized how much help people actually needed. And that was definitely, a spark that was like, okay, this is something that is needed, and we can really make a difference here.
Thank you.
And I think for us at Ally, when when our teams decided to have the partnership, it was more so these two gentlemen are doing something that hadn't really been done in the way that it had been done. And so who better to partner with and continue to drive economic mobility, have those conversations, the hard conversations, and really impact culture than to do with these two gentlemen, right, in the right way. So I think that was, as he mentioned early on when we kind of saw what was happening, and it's like, how do we show up, how do we continue to build that trust, but also in a way where we can bridge that gap between culture and finance. And so it was about 3 years ago. So 3 years.
Wow. Can you all share in closing exactly what the master's program is, who it's intended for, and then how people can find you all?
Yeah, Earn Your Masters is a franchise that we started that is designed to empower creatives. So like right now they have panel discussions where they're talking about different aspects of entrepreneurship. Then Ally, adds their banking expertise, and there's resources that's provided. And this year we've added a pitch competition. So we're going to 3 different cities, and then at the end we have a final destination. The winner of each city gets to go to the final destination, which would be our Basel in Miami, and the winner will get $50,000. So access to capital is extremely important, especially for Black businesses. So that was something that we thought that would be a good idea to add to that. So it's really just a business incubator that is created to empower entrepreneurs and investors and people that want to better their life when it comes to finances. And then also the cherry on top is that we're going to actually give capital to one person, and then hopefully that could really help them put the cells in the battery.
Amazing. How can people find you?
They can find us at Earn Your Leisure across all platforms, and then United Masters against all platforms, and then Ally on all platforms. ALLY. We all need an ally.
Absolutely. You all have any closing thoughts? Anything that's on your mind you want to say?
I want to thank you. Right, a lot of times people thank us for the overarching mission that we're on, but I feel like everybody plays a role in it. And so you working with young adults is very important, right? Because we can't be everywhere at once, but if people are doing the work in the cities, then it feels like it's a real mission. It feels like a real revolution. So I want to thank you for the work that you've been doing. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And my closing remark would be for the students. Don't stop. Don't stop dreaming. Don't stop asking questions. Don't stop trying to make an impact. Follow your gut, follow your instinct, but just know that there's a lot of resources and information out there. You will never be stuck. You can find whatever you need. Make sure you make connections, build relationships, and network, but don't stop dreaming.
Amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. We're live with Sista Afrika in Chicago.